Teachers play a crucial role in the life of a student, and teacher is an important factor for the success of the child. Teacher enables a child to think with the logic and reasoning, and teacher makes a learning joyful and lifelong learning experience. But in this teaching learning process, we paid more attention on the academics. But being a 21st century teacher, there is a need to develop the critical thinking skill among our students. As you know, that critical thinking skill is the highly demanded skill in the 21st century and help your student to prepare for the future. Have you think any ways to prepare this your student and develop this critical thinking skill among your student? Are you thinking that I am going to discuss with you some ways? Yes, of course. Now I will discuss with you some example. Try this example with your students in your class to enhance the critical thinking skill among your students.
Now, I'll discuss with you few examples. Try these with your students in your class to enhance critical thinking among your students. Example 1. Complete the story. Complete the open-ended story. Show a picture of any story or incident to your student, or you can read a half story to your students. Ask students to elaborate the story by finding connections in the story according to their own ideas. And student can add the content to elaborate the story and to give any end to the story. And what are the uses of this example? This will enable them to think logically, to find out all the angles of the possibilities of the situation and make each possible connection to complete the story. And you will amaze that at the end, students come back to you with the different ideas about the content and make varied connections to give the different end to the story. Now example 2 is comparative analysis. Give your students products or idea for the comparative analysis. Ask your student to find out the similarities and differences between the given products and ideas. Now, with this activity, they will enhance that imagination and open their thoughts at the different level, enables the student to find out the solutions of the problems, and they separate the facts from the opinion. And at the end to this example, the result will be student will be able to analyze the facts. Next example is a brain teaser. Ask your students to solve the puzzle based on a given information in a given time. So brain teaser is not only to keep your mind sharp, but it makes you aware to segregate the given information to the relevant or non-relevant part and focus on the content that helps to solve the problem, enables to get the decision. In the brain teaser, most of the time you find that the information that seems important in the content of the brain teaser added to emphasize on has no connection to the end with the answers, and this illusion is created to take away from the relative information. So if the students learn to figure out the important information available, a key ingredient to the unimportant ingredient, then this technique, critical thinking technique, will help them to solve the real life problems by focusing on the content that is helpful to solve the problem, and they'll be confident to get their own decisions. Next example is imagine certain situations. Give your students specific situations. Ask their response. And for example, I'll give you one example in this, that you can ask your student that if you left alone in an island, that what would you do? The same way you can ask another situations from your student. And this create awareness, imagination and problem solving of your students. And at the end, they'll be able to enhance decision making and understand and respect other points of view. Next example is differentiate facts from the opinion. Give the statement to your students. Ask them to understand and try to differentiate between facts and opinion. For example, if you tell that Ram is taller than Sham and Ram is best in the world. So in these two statements, Ram is taller than Sham is truth, but Ram is best in the world. This is the opinion. So by using this, the student will think based on the facts. And at the result, this enhances the ability to differentiate between the facts and perceptions.